Hi friends, welcome to day 3 of Inner Wands Tarot. And today I'm going to talk about how I incorporated the tower into yesterday, and how we can look at the card for today, which is the Knight of Pentacles. We're going to start with the Tower and yesterday. Here's what I know. I am a fixer. I am the oldest child who is a daughter. I am I provide mental health care in my day job. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a yoga teacher. My reaction is to help. My reaction is to step in and say, what can I do? My reaction is to act when there's any sort of chaos. And the Tower reminds us to just sit, to not need to fix, to let everything fall before we step into action, to let everything fall, to survey, and then act. The Tower invites us to sit. So yesterday, as things came up, I am a raging extrovert in a quasi mid post pandemic. I don't know where we are, but in the world we're in right now, it is not a good time to be a raging extrovert. And instead of wanting to fix that, instead of wanting to make plans to see people, instead of lamenting in my inability to become more comfortable, yesterday I just sat with it. I didn't try to do anything about it. And part of what came to me in this work of the Tower, the part of sitting with rubble, was my ability to start to take self-blame, to start to take shame, to start to take guilt out of my reaction to, as I gesture around wildly. By sitting with the discomfort and sitting with my feelings and sitting with the reality of the world, I was able to toy with maybe the fact that this is not my reaction, is not my fault. That the world is actually in a state of chaos and rebel right now, that's continuing to change on a daily basis, and that it is not my fault that I feel so discombobulated. By sitting with the Tower, I felt like I was sitting with reality, and me as a piece of that reality, instead of me as like the sun shining down on that reality, and thus attaching like responsibility to that. Sitting with the Tower helped me remove some of my responsibility for my discomfort. So that was the work of the Tower for me yesterday. I'd love to hear if you decided to sit with the Tower, to invite the Tower into your daily operating system, how you did experience the Tower energy. Now, moving into today, friends, this is I love this progression. I love that we started out with know who you are at the deep with the King of Swords. And then we move into, but really sit with the disaster, survey the rebel for day 2. And today we move into the Nine of Pentacles. So it's the Nine of Stones in the Gentle Tarot. And the Nine of Stones, the Knight of Pentacles, 9, not knights. I realize my Eastern Kentucky I's might make them sound alike, but this is the 9 today. The Nine of Pentacles brings our focus to what we've grown and how our efforts are supporting ourselves. So coming off of the Tower, I feel like this card is really inviting us right now to recognize how the decisions that we're making, whether they were decisions in the far past or decisions in like yesterday or this morning, how we are making decisions that are actively caring for ourselves. And being able to celebrate, to feel fully, to recognize that effort and that harvest. I think of this for things like, doing laundry last week so that I had clean clothes today. Or making like doubling the pot of soup last night so we'll have dinner for a few days. Or even as far back as like really establishing grounded and meaningful friendships that now I'm able to depend on when I'm not physically seeing people. This invites a sense of satisfaction based on our own doing, where the Tower allows us to sit in a mess that we didn't create. The Nine of Pentacles invites us to see the stability that we have created, how past us has taken care of the us of today, and letting that motivate us today to do things to take care of our future self, to recognize that we are the consistent decision maker in our own lives, that we, and this is like moving through like the sands of time, like the timeline of our lives, that we can do things today. We can plant seeds today to bring us comfort and joy and stability in the future. But the flip side of that, what I really feel is more important today, is to look at what we are thankful for, where we have stability, where we have security, and how can we offer gratitude to the past version of us for that? How can we take responsibility for the good things in our life, not just the hard things? If you're anything like me, I have this tendency to really absorb like all of the things I've done wrong and all of the things that I overlooked and all of the things that I didn't get done, and notice the stress that past me has caused. Where this card is the invitation to really, really, really acknowledge how the efforts of past you, whether or not you knew it at the time, how the efforts of past you have given you comfort, stability, security today. I don't want to get ahead of myself in what I'll talk about tomorrow, but my initial thoughts of this card are honestly like my pursuit of my husband 23 years ago. I was definitely the pursuer. I know that's a surprise. And how that effort and that was really hard and really vulnerable of me, and how that's led me to the relationship I have today. That's all I'm going to share right now. I'll leave the rest to come up throughout the day and to share with you tomorrow. So the invitation for the Nine of Pentacles today is, amidst the rubble, amidst the chaos, to feel into what security, what stability you do have, to think back to how you got here, what you did to make this happen, to make this a reality, and then to really thank yourself for it. So friend, that's a recap of yesterday's Tower, moving into today's Nine of Pentacles. I hope you're enjoying the series. This is an offering from me for those of you who may be interested in learning the tarot, working with me with tarot, but aren't able to invest in the Inner Wands Tarot School right now. If this is something that is resonating with you, as of January 2022, Inner Wands Tarot School is open for registration. We start on January 30th. All of that information is going to be below. If you're watching this later and you're like, oh, tarot school isn't open, but I think I want to learn from this lady, that same site will take you to a wait list. But I hope you watch this live-ish, and I hope you're able to join us in a few weeks. So today, as we meditate on, experience our day through the lens of the Nine of Pentacles, I hope this brings you stability, gratitude, and can help really change your self-talk a little bit today. It was nice to spend this time with you, and I'll see you tomorrow.